Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am good. And again, we're going to deliver about a transfer portal pickup for Kansas State football. They're not real active in the portal this time of year normally, but they are this year and for good reason. And it actually helps. Yes, the transfer portal helps a program like Kansas State, and I'll explain in a minute. First, I got to remind you, we're closing in on 16K. If you're not subscribing to this YouTube channel, please do. Hit that subscribe button, costs you nothing, helps us out, and it makes you a swell person. So Kansas State found Antonio Martin Jr. in the transfer portal. They needed another running back. As you know, they had one and he didn't work out due to an injury. So they needed a little more size in that backfield. And they got Antonio Martin out of technically Louisiana-Monroe, but he never played there. He went there for spring practice. He played his true freshman season at Southeastern Louisiana, put up more than 1,200 yards, scored a bunch of touchdowns, and averaged about 5.3 yards per carry. Pretty good back. Look, it's a different level. Yeah, he was playing against lesser competition, but Kansas State really needed a between the tackles type of player. A guy that can get in there on 3rd and 1 and, well, not have to sneak through a hole, power through it. On what little film I can see of Martin, this is exactly what he does. He gets in there and kind of plows through guys. If you give him a hole, he's going forward. I see why the coach has added him. But is he going to win a Heisman Trophy? No. Is he going to start at Kansas State? Not from what I'm looking at. But this addition, this one final piece of the puzzle, is the advantage of the transfer portal. You brought someone in, they suffered an injury or aggravated a prior injury, and in the past, you were left scrambling, hoping you could find someone. Maybe you could find a JUCO transfer or something in the summer to help your depth. Now, you've got the transfer portal. Chris Klieman managed this ideally, and he got through spring practice, had it laid on purpose, and added 2 offensive linemen and a running back because they came out of spring knowing these are the areas where depth is a real concern. And as we know, depth at Kansas State is often the Achilles heel. The fact that you can compete with your 1s and maybe your 2s at a high level, but you get to a 3, you get to that 3rd guy on the depth chart, and you are woefully outmatched often. Why? Because Kansas State's a developmental program. Those players developing take a couple years before they're truly ready to play. And at 85 scholarships, that's been challenging, and now at 105, it lessens your pool of players on your roster. Because you had 85 scholarships and about 120 players. Now you're at 105. We'll see if he plays much, if he offers much, but I'm going to say this. In the past, you were just, well, screwed. Now you can get into the portal, shore up those weak spots, and move towards the season with a roster you feel is as complete as you can make it for the upcoming football season. It's really an advantage of the portal that Kansas State and Chris Klieman have been doing a masterful job of bringing in players. You bring them in at different times of year, and you know what? They brought in some offensive linemen. 1 or 2 of them may not have worked out. Bring in more. It's the portal. Living in the portal is now a must for every head coach. You can't deny that the portal can help your team. Yeah, the portal can taketh away, but the portal giveth this week to Kansas State 3 players that are going to help this team. And from what I'm told, the portal is closed for Kansas State. But is it ever really closed? Because if someone leaves, maybe they want someone else. It's closed for now.